Welcome to the 21st episode of the One Shot Effect podcast. Today's episode is Sasha Savinykh.
Savinykh?
That.
S. Just S.
And she is a numerologist. And today we're going to be speaking about her story and what numerology is.
So, what numerology is, right? The numerology is actually a science which been founded by Pythagoras, the father of all the math. Pythagoras was the first person, the very, very first person who actually came up with the numbers. He created what numbers are and how to draw them, what to make out of them, And I guess as most of us, we do know that the whole universe is based on sacred geometry. And again, it's the P number, it's that other also another magic number. So again, everything coming down to the line that everything's based on numbers. Literally, like any computer code, I don't know, our date of birth, our phone number, literally everything. So then, if we use our, like, people like to put the lucky number plates, right? 777. So people do believe actually in the numbers. So then why actually not to believe in your own date of birth? Like, it can get more natural for you, more. It's the source code. It's literally your own personal source code. So you just need to uncode it and start using it.
And is that similar to astrology in some ways?
I find because I studied Vedic astrology as well, and actually never really like graduated my astrologist course because I don't know, I just found that it's not accurate because not many people actually do know for a fact at what time they were born. And then, as our teacher always used to say, even if you have a proper time, you still need to rectify the astrology map. And I'm like, wow, that doesn't like sound or look accurate. So, and I'm kind of OCD in certain ways in my life, and the way I'm like, I do the things and approach, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Go away. This is not for me. So, well, I was shocked when I found out about this particular numerology because now we're talking about karmic numerology. So you can see who you were in a past life, what missions your parents didn't succeed. So now it's your job to do it,
Wow.
and like to make, for example, it depends on the numbers. Like sometimes your ancestors, they expect you to become very wealthy or very famous or something. Like different numbers define different things, and when you look deeper and now you see your parents from very different angle and like your whole bloodline and ancestors, and you just like you actually get blown away by the power of the blood and stuff. Yeah.
And do you think there's a timing to how people should figure that out, or when should
Yeah,
people get into
the
numerology?
kindergarten. Well, I'd say it's never too late, but obviously the sooner the better. So my teacher, Kristina Gizarova, she says that everybody must study numerology back in school. And I mean, I'm 35 now, and I found numerology literally not 2 weeks, okay, 2 months, 2 months before my birthday. And then the method I adopted from my master, from my teacher, Christina, it's the star. So then the first part of the star we unlock it between 18 to 50 to 25. Then the ancestors go from 25 to 35, and then 35 your money, career, your love, and your health open up. And I'm like, I have 2 months to fix everything to get my shit together because now I'm 35. I need to make money and find my lover and still stay healthy. So the timeline, the sooner the better, but it's never too late, to learn about yourself and actually adapt to new knowledge.
What was your journey before you discovered numerology?
I've been always in the spirituality as I remember, as soon as I remember myself, always used to try like to do some astral space traveling. When I was a child, it was coming out very naturally. And then obviously normal life consumes us and we get consumed by school, university, people's opinions as well. So but still I always used to keep the track with yoga. Then I always was striving for the knowledge, like exactly as I said, astrology, massage, time massage, this, that, everything. Like I think I studied everything what I could study. And then when I came across numerology, it's actually for real. It's my path to be the teacher. But to be the teacher, it means you absorb the knowledge and you pass it down at the same time. You do not hold it. And in my case, it's lots of nines. So which says like if I keep actually the knowledge within me, I'm gonna get cancer. So it's like a must for me to pass
Wow.
down my knowledge to other people. So when I've seen that, it was like, it's like somebody gave me that, I don't know, that free man letter, like now you're free, go and teach, like, okay, now I know it's really my thing. Not only studying is also like a huge part, obviously, but passing down the knowledge, and it actually applies to like anybody who has those numbers. It's fives and nines, we're going to talk about it, yes, just now. It's like, it doesn't matter. Maybe you just learn how to do the gardening. I don't know, how to plant proteas. You don't have to wait to be certified and have a diploma, master's in that. You learned it today. Just go out and share it with people. It's already will be passing down your knowledge to other people.
100%. We can't wait for someone to give us permission.
Yes, exactly. We're like waiting all the time for this. Yeah. For people going to say, it's okay, you're worthy or something.
Here's your certificate. Here's your degree.
Yeah, but you see also with people, as I said, like me, with lots of nines, or people who were born on the 9th, 18 and 27, they can't, it's naturally born teachers and gurus,
Wow.
Yes.
Born on the 18th.
Hmm?
18th.
18th, yes, you see, here we are. Yeah, so that's the 9th. It doesn't matter, people who are 9, as I said, born on the 9th, 18, and 27, doesn't matter how many certificates and diplomas you guys have, it's never going to be enough, You're still going to feel, no, I still need to do my 10th masters or something,
True. Yeah, I think that's an addiction, or not an addiction, but it was like a form of procrastination.
It's a comfort zone also. It's a very comfortable, like, for you to study something, but not to like teach someone, But once you do it, everything, takes some time to make it your comfort. And then again, you need to step out of it. And again.
What's been the importance of mentors for you and mentorship?
I think like that I used to study a lot and practice a lot, but at the same time, I kind of always used to struggle with like finding a person like that, the teacher, at who I can look with like open mouth and stuff. Only maybe like when I reach my 27, 28, I realized I don't maybe need that type of person, Like my parents never really used to be that type of role model for me, So maybe that's why I kept on looking, especially like as a male figure, I'd say. Maybe that's why I kept on kind of looking for someone. But everything what we need is just right here. We all want to go and wander around, but it's actually everything is here. And I think when I actually found the piece, I found like my first like big master, and I still follow him, and we know each other. We met personally, and on the Zoom we had a couple times calls. He's really big back in Russia. His name is Dmitry Lapshinov. Great master, real guru, seriously. And I've been practicing with him now throughout the years, and it's also fascinating to see like his growth and my growth. And now I'm teaching people also. So yeah, and now is the woman, as I mentioned her earlier, Christina, is my new guru, and they actually offered me a job, so I'm gonna be now a mentor for the students. So 4 months ago I was a student. Now I'm gonna be creating 20 plus students. So yeah, that is my real master, my real guru now, because without this knowledge, I don't think for real where would be myself, where would I find myself in life, We all go through ups and downs, but then normally people do bounce back, and I know I would have bounced back, but I don't know. Now I feel like it's a completely different level of like my bounce back,
It's almost like the further we get into like go with life, it's like the more we need to trust our intuition.
Yeah.
And the more discerning we need to become with all the noise out there.
And the noise levels are very high right now, People are scared. People are intimidated by life,
Sure.
Confused.
And what is all the different ways that you like to teach? I mean, you even make videos on social media. Like, what are all the different ways you feel like you reach people, and what's been your favorite?
Well, I'd say my ideal one is like person to person, like personal consultations. But my teacher Christina, she always says, like, the more people you actually pass down the knowledge, the more money gonna come to you, and vice versa. If you want more money, it means you cannot just do online or person-to-person consultations. You need to start coaching, like 10 groups, 10 people coaching, for example. You need to start the course, then 100 people can buy a course. So the more value you add into people's lives, the more wealth and all the recognition you get in return. But if you ask like my personal Taste, I'd say it's person to person, you know. But of course, again, as I said, we live in this era with media and stuff, and you need to reach out to people. Also, I feel with numerology in South Africa, it's like first I need to educate my audience, and only then I can kind of start selling them. So the one and only way nowadays to educate your audience is through the social media. So initially it was such a huge struggle for me to even do that on the Instagram every day, story tells 10 stories, and I remember I used to cry. But for real, I used to cry. I used to throw away my phone for 2 days in a week, be completely depressed just because I have to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be draining. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, art of small steps. That's what I say to my clients every day. The new action, you do the new action every day, then it becomes old action, and then you get familiar, and then you come up with a new challenge for yourself, and that's how it goes. That's how you grow, and that's how you do those quantum jumps. We say it for people who was born on the 7, 16. Me, I was born on the 16, 24th. Those people are sevens. It's the one and only number which is able to do the quantum jumps. And how they do the quantum jumps is exactly by that way, by doing small steps every day, but in all areas of their lives. Like, for example, going on a date, drinking juice maybe today instead of like smoking the cigarette, right? Opening Duolingo, starting to learn Spanish. And like by those simple steps, going out there and out on social media, posting maybe storytell every day, these small tiny steps, maybe yes, overcoming yourself at times, but still doing it. In a month of time, the people who was born, as I said, on the 7th, 16th, and 24th, 25th, 7th, 16th, 25th, people 7. So they look back a month after and they're like, wow, where am I now? Where am I now? It's like a quantum jump. It's a completely different reality. And that is what I'm experiencing now. And I will never get tired of preaching it because I tried it. I gave it a chance to myself actually of doing those things which I didn't want to do. And I hated of doing kinda, and then it became familiar and comfortable. But that's what raised me to the next level, absolutely next level now, you know?
Exploring the resistance and questioning the resistance. It's like, why do we hide from the world, or what limiting beliefs do we have, and misunderstandings, or maybe we're even using social media in the way we think we have to, or how can we be more of ourselves and remove the armor in some ways?
Yeah, and I think that's also like an illusion with social media. We think we're exposed, we think we're showing something. If we post it like, oh, I'm here with a friend. But also what I realized, I never used to talk on my Instagram. And even that simple thing, making a video of me talking, it's like, wow, that's hard.
Yeah.
You know? And now you need to talk about your expertise as well. Now I'm going for shopping. Now I need to talk about your expertise. And you're very fresh as an expert yourself. So it's so many layers to that of conditioning yourself.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I say it's like the new modern flyer. No one's reading a flyer on a pillar anymore. But a short video is your flyer. But just social media is your portfolio. It's not a CV anymore. It's not a degree anymore. It's experience, and it's about who are you showing up.
And people are not gonna scroll. They're just gonna open oh, okay. If it's A or if it's an A.
And it's your vibe that's gonna speak. And it's even your tattoos that are gonna speak. And
hopefully they speak good things for me.
Of course. But it's all you, right? And it's just showing yourself, but showing up for yourself as well. And sometimes it can be hard to sell yourself, but it's so much easier to sell our friends and our family.
Exactly. And that is why I always used to say about my parents, for example, back in Russia, sofa critics, everybody always knows how to do better. But I'm like, okay, thank you so much. But why don't you do it then? Because it seems like you're so knowledgeable here. Why don't you do it yourself? And that's where it comes because it's a huge gap between knowing how to do and actually doing. And also it's so important what I realize. Start today. Whatever you want to start, whatever you do want to start today. In a year of time, you're going to be like, wow, what a fucking champion I am. Doesn't matter. Don't look for perfection and stuff. Doesn't matter how bad or how embarrassed you're going to be, how shit it might look or feel to you, just start today and keep on doing every day.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, even with my journey, that's been a huge thing. I've like pretty much posted a video on social media every single day for like the past 3 or 4 years. And there's just a discipline in that. And it's either on or it's off. You know, either you're showing up every day or you're not. But it's like
consistency.
Especially even with videos, like you don't necessarily have to post it every single day, but at least record something every day or write something every day, even for yourself. And it's also exploring what is the block. If like for video, are you scared to put yourself out there? If that's the case, then just record the video anyway.
Then you must.
And don't post it.
No, but if you're scared, then you must.
Explore that discomfort. And there's something beautiful on the other side of pain. And yeah, what's your journey been with that? Like the things that we resist, there's something there.
I think I'm still exploring the journey because again, like it's finding the balance. It's one thing for me to go out on a techno party and hey, I'm with my friends here, you know?
Sure.
Or like other thing completely. Now I have to like, for example, show to people what the path I've done after I've touched base with the numerology, after I started to study it, right? And I started to apply my knowledge, which happened like four and a half months ago. Wow. I'm kind of still having that, not the fear, but I still feel like I need to nudge myself and I still need to do the like, okay, you gotta do it now, not tomorrow, today. So whatever I preach, I apply to myself, but I'm still on the journey. I'm not in my point. I disembarked from point A, but I'm not at my point B yet. Maybe I'm halfway kind of through, you know, which is good. I'm proud of myself. But I still feel like I need to talk more about like maybe myself and my feelings in a way, like what actually I've went through and what I've been through and exactly what are we talking about, how I was like posting all my videos and stories and crying, how scared I am and feeling vulnerable. Maybe that type of thing I must be talking more, for example, because I think many people will be like, fuck, I'm exactly the same. You know? 100%. Like they're gonna feel like, wow. And I shared it. I shared this point with like a couple of people. They were like, we would never say that. Like you look so confident and stuff. But again, it's like you put your shit and fear behind you, and you're like, let's go, let's do this. There is no other way.
And it's also realizing like it's only you who can tell your story. You are the only person. You can't hire a social media agency. There's just no one else can say it but you. And that's the hard part. And that's the perfectionism, you know? Oh, we're waiting for the authority. Later. But there is no later. This moment is all there is, right? And you don't know who you will inspire as well. And like, it's all, you don't know where one thing will lead, right? It's one thing leads to the next, but like, it's just doing what you can with what you have.
True, but doing.
And being.
Not thinking, doing.
Speaking of, yesterday I was texting you at 11:11.
Yeah.
And then
I remember.
I even got a receipt that day. It was like 111.01. And is there anything that you can say about 11:11? I know that's one of the most popular.
Well, 11 is popular in the first place, and now we're still sitting in November, right? So it's month 11. And I must say one thing, like I've never been a fan of number 11. And then my personal month, because in numerology you have prognostics, and then you can calculate each and every day, each and every month, each and every year, what is going to be your personal number, and then you kind of live accordingly. And so this month is 11 and it's 8 for me personally. And I'm like, I don't like none of these numbers. But apparently, seriously, no jokes aside, I'm having the best month, I think, in a whole year. For real. So 11 is, first of all, when you see repeating numbers, it means you're synchronized with the universe. It's the first one. So you already can tap yourself. You know? You're synchronized. So the universe is speaking with you and it would like to deliver a message to you. So 11 is, first of all, is the power in your voice. Okay? It's the talents of number 11. Power in your voice, but at the same time, it's the immense mental and physical strength. So you do need to do some sports, otherwise that energy will be coming out from you as like an aggression towards other people. So and what do we mean when we say power in the voice? Means, you know, again, like what are you doing, for example, right now? Like interviewing people, speaking for yourself, presenting yourself to others, performing on the stage, you know? But again, like because you've got so much of that power and energy, you just need to support people. 11 is also a charity number, So
Beautiful.
11, it's all about like putting aggression and negativity aside and using your resources actually to do some good stuff for the people.
It's almost like a healthy energy, healthy, giving me like a healthy masculine vibe.
Yes, not toxic masculinity, healthy masculinity.
Even the cat's coming to say
Yeah.
hello. Cat's attracted to what we're talking about.
To the healthy masculinity,
Is there anything that you can talk about life paths?
Life paths. So, in our numerology, we don't really have like that terminology. It's different, but I can talk about for the people, as I said, like who were born, for example, on the 1st, 10th, 19th, and 28th. It's the people 1, right? So it's the natural born leaders. These people must have their own business. You see, for each and every number, I'm quickly gonna say that each and every number has its only one golden middle, and then the minuses, the negatives, the things which we have to overcome, the negative traits. They go like this from 3 to 9. So that's why most of the time, most of the people, they're just like from depression to sun, from this to that. It's just going left, right, and not in the center. So we all obviously would like to strive to our best lives. So that is why we need to strive to a positive trait. So normally people who are ones, it's either they don't want to go into the business, they don't want to be leaders, they want to be like second role, third role. That's not for them. Or on the other hand, they want to do everything by themselves, everything, like a control freaks. I'm the one. No. These people are stupid. I cannot trust them. No. So the golden middle is that you are running your own business and you learn how to delegate. You free up your time. You don't do what you don't want to do. It's literally, there is a practice as well. You write down all the tasks, what you do on a daily basis, and then you're like, okay, this one I don't want to do. I don't want to do. This is I want to do. And then the ones you don't want to do, you delegate it. You don't want to cook your food? Well, I don't know. Ask your mom to cook the food. Hire a chef. Like there's so many ways of juggling that. And again, most of the people would be like, I don't have money for that. Well, you don't have money for people who was born again on the 1st, 10th, 19th, and 28th. They don't have money because they don't know how to delegate.
100%.
If they even ask someone on the first place, please help me out with my social media or with my meals, as I said, yeah, but whatever you don't want to do, if you just ask for help, even for free and initially, you will free up your time and your energy, and you will clear up your mind from the clutter, and that is how you will have more energy to actually produce something and to get the money. That's how it works,
I think it's also just realizing that in this modern day, we can be masters of specific skills, and it's more valuable that way. This is the reason pop stars or singers can exist, and someone else can farm the food, make the clothes. But it's about being like humble and like understanding what are you good at, what are you not good at.
Exactly.
And realizing together we can actually go so much further.
Exactly.
Than if you're just splitting yourself between everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Like trying to do everything for everybody.
Which is the same, even for me, I think people should be eating together in bigger groups. I think that like one of the problems with our modern world is so many people are living alone, cooking for themselves, or, it's like more community. And like, then it's, someone's good at this, someone's good at that. Like,
that's how people like my friend Natalie, she always says it takes a village. It's like everybody 100%. Has their own talents, so, and it's so simple. You can, again, as I said, you can just ask someone to help you. And for me, because I don't have ones, I have lots of 10s in my star, lots of 10s, and it's a wheel of fortune, means luck, but the luck comes to me only when I let go of the things. And I was like, but I'm chilled. Like I let go. And I literally only maybe like the last month and a half, 2 months, I actually realized what is it actually to let go. And that happened by when I realized I need someone to shoot my reels for me. I don't want to do it anymore. No, and again, I'm still looking for a person, but it's just like that idea freed up so much already the space in my head. It was crazy. So for once, it's exactly the same. It's like letting go of control. You cannot do everything by yourself. And what I was shocked is also, like, I never used to ask anyone's for help. I'm gonna handle my scandal on my own. The moment I started to ask for help, because again, I started this path, journey of changing myself, like, in a very serious way. And I was like, okay, cool. And I asked for help once. No one laughed at me. No one pointed the fingers at me. No one said I'm loser. It's actually, I felt exactly the opposite. People were so supportive. And it shocked me because I'm not used for asking. And it means at the same time, I'm not used to receiving. That was very like eye-opening to me, So let's do numbers from 1 to 9 quickly, yeah? So we already spoke about number 1. Number 2 is for people who were born on the 2nd, 20th, 19, and 29. Yeah, the math can be off sometimes, but really sometimes. 2 is the power in the voice. Remember I spoke about it. Power in the voice. All people can be singers, can be performing on the stage, but they cannot gossip. Remember, we have pluses and we have plus and we have lots of minuses.
Similar to shadows, or
way, but it's like in a way in numerology, it's not like you have to accept it or like you have to like remove it. It's like it's just
things to be aware of.
It's just things to be aware of. And like, for example, for me, I don't have 2s in my whole star. I can gossip as much as I want. It's not gonna harm me, my energy, But for people, as I said, who was born on the 2nd and etc., it's literally gonna harm them in a way, So why would you do that? What would you choose? Gossips or living your own best life? It's like when you leave your numbers in the minus, you're stealing from yourself. You're not stealing from anybody else but yourself, So again, need to use your voice to, for the better cause. Less gossips. Also, 2s can be fallen into like codependent relationship and stuff. Not only with their partners, but with friends and with the parents and stuff, because it's 2, what I mean? It's like always need to be like double. So it's to bring it to the positive way. You need to live alone. You should be independent financially and emotionally. Watch what you say, and do not keep your negative emotions inside. Like learn how to express yourself in ecological way.
It actually just, now you're speaking of number 2s, it reminds me of, well, my mom was a twin, so she was even actually wanted me to ask about that and how but now imagine twins that are both born on the 2nd.
Oh wow.
They could really struggle with the codependency perhaps.
For sure, and gossips. And that is what I'm saying. It's like we all in our date of birth, like it's the challenges which we can conquer, Like, in Bible people say God doesn't give not the challenges, but in Bible it says in other words, like God doesn't give you challenges which you cannot conquer, overcome. Yeah, exactly. So in our numerology, we say that our soul is like floating in another world and choosing the parents, okay? And then their soul chooses the parents and then comes into this world as a baby, because the soul is like, I need these challenges. I can handle my scandal. So that is why I'm gonna be a baby of these parents, So I think if you really like immerse yourself into that thought, it's gonna be very like empowering. Well, again, if you know your star and if you know your numbers, it's like this is all you, and this is all your actually positive and strong traits, Of course, no one lives a saint life, and everything is positive, but when it's like literally like a GPS. If you see on my Instagram, I post for the month, GPS numbers. So your star is like a star for you. There's people who used to jump on the boats and go and explore other continents and countries. They always used to look at the stars. So this star is literally a star. Let us show to people. So you were born on the 18th, you said?
Yeah, 18th of the 07, like this July.
07 or
whatever, 2001.
So you see, that is why I'm talking about the star, because that's how it looks like.
Cool.
Would like to show.
Sure.
Maybe it's gonna be visible. Let's see.
Let's see how this is looking. This is what the charts look
So
like.
this is beautiful Felix.
We got a 18. We got a 7-7. Okay, maybe I'll put a screenshot up or something.
So as you can see, it's lots of numbers. So this is your day of birth, this is your month of birth, this is your year. And then, it's personality triangle, ancestors, money, career, relationship, health, and your higher purpose of your soul. So you see you're born on the 18th, but then when we, when we talk on Instagram and stuff, we'll always use a single digit, And then when I do the consultations, and obviously when people study, then it's 2 digits. It's the numbers from 1 to 22. So we stopped at number 3. You see, you have 3 in your money, So 3 is number 3. It's all about being generous person, being like that royal caring, taking care of the people, like a very lush and happy. It's an empress, So it's like, if you think about the empress, who is the empress? Is that giving woman, loving and caring, But when we talk about the man, it's very important to think more about the emperor rather than empress, It's ideally to cultivate that masculinity. So funny enough, we keep on talking about healthy masculinity. For 3s, it's very important to cultivate masculinity. I'm talking about the men now. And for women, it's very important to cultivate the femininity, because the number 3 and number 4, number 3 is a female number, number 4 is a male number. So they like to go upside down, We all know the masculine woman who like building businesses, and I don't need any man, I don't need no one in my life. And then vice versa, the man who maybe still live with their parents until they're 40, or but then they go into like some codependent, financially, emotionally relationship with older women and stuff. So that is, again, we're talking about the negatives, I mean, tastes differ, but we're still talking about how it's actually, how it was intended by the nature, kind of in a way, So if you're 3, if you were born on the 3rd, 12th, and 21st, that is 3, It's all about 3s, actually. They're also very talented, and they do belong to the stage. So your money is right here on the stage.
Makes sense.
4s, the people who were born on the 4th, 13, and math, hello, 22. And 31st.
All right.
Yeah, that's then means you're number 4. So number 4, it's different from number 3. Number 4, it's a businessman. It's meticulously building up every day by day your business, your family, your legacy. It's that royal figure, but it's a male figure now, taking care of his people, of his family and stuff. If we're born on the 4th, as I said, 4th, 14th, 22nd, or 31st, it's very important for you to take care of the family. And if you're a woman, then you shouldn't be taking care of it. No jokes. Like, again, because the woman who takes care of her parents, of her partners, of her brothers and sisters, that's not really a woman in a feminine energy anymore, And again, there is nothing wrong of people taking care of them. Like, again, I don't have this female number, so for me it's okay. Like, I keep taking care of everybody, My numbers in my star, they're all like gender neutral and male numbers, like all warrior and fighting and go and get it, So for me it's okay. But again, it's like that is why so many people were born on so many different days and so many numbers we have, and combinations of them, because everybody has their own traits and their own forte. So again, if you're a woman and you're born on the 4th and etc., which dates I spoke about earlier, just nurture your feminine energy. Do not steal from yourself. 5 is a good one. If you're born on 5, on the 5th, sorry, on the 5th,
okay.
the 14th, and 23rd. 5 is a teacher figure. Remember we spoke about teacher figures. There are 2 teacher figures, it's 5 and 9. 5 teacher figure, you really have strong analytical powers, okay? Could be teaching even math, like whatever. But what I mean, like for example, 9 is already spiritual teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Just teaching math wouldn't really work for 9s. It's already like a healer and spiritual teacher. 5 is just any teacher. Just whatever knowledge you obtain, pass it down. Do not hold it. 5s, very interesting also. 5s might suffer from sexual blockages. You know, it's like the body is tight and why I'm saying so interesting, because when I received my numerology report, I've seen it and I was shocked. I'm like, me having blockages, like, how, wow, how? But actually, when I started to like go deeper inside of me and reflect on, on me, on my actions, on maybe my past relationships and stuff, I realized, yes, I do have. It's like, and what you realize is that we kind of get so gaslighted into being somebody else, but not ourselves. And because it happens throughout the years and decades, we completely forget who we are actually. So when I've seen my star, I was like, this is me. Okay, thank you very much for introducing me to myself. So yes, for the 5s, it's very important to like get loose in terms of like maybe like go dancing, do some, like the tantra, or like slow dancing when you breathe and stuff.
Static dancing.
Yes, that ecstatic dance, and that is the best medicine for 5s. Seriously. And then it's like everything just will take, again, if you like, when I have my consultation, it goes like any number, positive traits, positive manifestation, negative manifestation, and recommendations. You see, with astrology, again, not trying to badmouth no one, but I don't remember that they were giving us the recommendations. I mean, the recommendations which we will be able to give to our clients. For me, all I remember, it was just like, oh, you're so good, you're so great, you have these traits, you have these talents. But you're like, okay, cool. But what the fuck I'm going to be doing with this now? I know I'm good, I know I'm great, but I feel still useless at the same time, because we don't know how to apply or reapply all of our talents. So that is why I really love this numerology. Is boom, boom, boom. So the recommendations for 5s: get loose. Do some ecstatic dancing. 6s, oh, my favorite ones. I don't have any 6, I'm so happy. So my favorite in commas. Let's see if you have any 6s here. Oh, no, you're boring. You also don't have any 6s. 6s. So if you were born on 6, on 15th or 24th, you're 6. Okay. 6s, they were born beautiful. They were born beautiful. They were born attractive, and that is their mission. That is your mission, okay? To go out in the world and just bring the beauty and that also like sexiness and sexuality. For example, Angelina Jolie, she was born on 6/6 something, like she's got lots of 6s. So that is what you have within you as well. But the biggest downfall of 6s is that they don't see themselves that way. Because everybody else will be seeing you as beautiful and sexy, but then, and you're supposed to be translating and teaching other people how to love, what the love is, how to love yourself, how to love others. But the really proper toxic and negative trait of 6s is that people forget about loving themselves. They actually hate themselves, and we all know what happens when we have a big black hole within us. It just starts to consume everything. Drugs, alcohol, food, other people, constantly like doubting themselves, doubting other people. So 6s have this, like, we all know God is love, like love gonna save the world. So that is actually, guys, all hope is in you. You're gonna save the world with your love because you were born with this purpose. But as love can save, that opposite from love can destroy everything. So do not destroy yourself. Just find the way back to here.
Protect your energy, maybe.
Protect your energy. Like learn who you are and learn what you are. So start applying it, and when when I came across the numerology and started to study it so deep, I was like, what is self-love? Like, do I do I like myself? Do I love myself? It's like, and I couldn't find an answer. And then I just started to use the practices I give to my clients. One of them is very simple. It's like I go to bed every night and I'm like, I take not the same hand, I take the opposite hand. It feels like somebody is touching me, somebody's like, and I'm like, well done.
Well,
such a champion.
oh.
You had such a killer day today. I'm so proud of you. I do it every night. And then the final one, I do here on my cheek. I love you. Good night. Guys, life changing. Life changing for everybody. And especially if you're born on 6, 15, and 24, must. Next one is 7. I'm 7. I was born on 16. And you've got lots of 7s also. Have a look. 7, 7, 7. 7 is a good number.
And if it's like if there's 16s as well.
16 you see, so. Yes, exactly. Because I was born in 16. Remember, we're bringing everything to one digit. 16. So it's quite lots of 7s in each, and almost in each and every. 7 is also your second mission because these are like 5 main missions.
Ooh,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah. 7, I love 7. Of course, I'm 7. So if you're born on 7, 16, or 25th, you're 7. Warrior energy. Okay. Conqueror, warrior. Okay, so your life is all about never settling down, never stopping on what you achieved. Always keep on moving, keep on traveling, learning new cultures, learning new things. Obviously, as I said, there are always 2 negative manifestations for each and every number. The first one is addictions. Because now you want to go everywhere, meet everyone, travel everywhere. So, now you want to try everything. Maybe sometimes not what you're supposed to be trying, but I think it's worth trying anyway. So it's addictions. And the other hand it's a full like a depression. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to do anything. I'm lazy. But the 7s is so funny. I told my clients, I'm like, how is your knees? Are they sore? And they're like, yes, they are sore. For the 7s, if you pause your life, if you stop your life, if you don't live your best active life, your knees start to talk to you straight away. They're like, hello, the wheels must be spinning, So remember, I spoke about 7 earlier, that 7 is the one and only number which is able to do quantum jumps. Every day, spin the wheels of your life. In a month of time, you won't recognize yourself in your life as well, Next one is 8. 8 is people who are born on the 8, 17, and 26. 8 is a karma number, right? It's the infinity sign. 8 is a karma number. And 8 is the biggest money number as well. So if you were born on those dates, which I spoke just now, know about yourself that you really got a real talent to become a millionaire. Need to get a girl from this born. So with 8, but it's a great potential. It's a real entrepreneur energy. They can literally take anything and then sell it for like lots of money. Literally, like sell and buy, sell, make lots of money, have multiple businesses. Let's go. But 8, because it's that karma number, they think they know what is right and what is wrong, and they love fighting for it as well. Like, I always say to my clients, I'm sorry to say, but if you pass down the street and you see somebody is kicking someone's face, your job is to keep quiet and just pass by. People who don't have 8s, please go protect, please go fight. Like, it's our job. 7s, warrior energy, it's our job to go to fight. So for the 8, they cannot fight, they cannot go into the courts, they cannot call lawyers, they have to avoid it. Otherwise, they will be stealing from themselves, and you will be stealing money from themselves. The other side of negative manifestation for 8 is they always suspect people in something. Like someone, she's the cheater, or he's the cheater, or all women are cheaters, or all men are cheaters. They're all thieves or something. So it's like constantly being suspicious about something. Well, guess what? The universe is gonna give it to you. Literally bring it into your face like that. So again, the moment you stop being suspicious towards other people, the universe will start bringing you the good people. And that is how the 8, that karma law works, So believe in people, make money, everything gonna be fine. For the 9th, let's recap. People who are born on 9, 18, and 27 is also, it's a teacher figure, but it's more of a spiritual teacher. And I always say it doesn't mean that you have to go and teach people how to meditate, but you have to think about how it's gonna transform their lives, how it's gonna transform their soul, how it's gonna literally, expand the consciousness. So that is, for me at least, that is who the spiritual teacher is. 9 is also could be great art collectors, art gallery owners. Do you like art?
Yeah, I think this house is a good example.
Yeah. Well, it's your mom, you said. So was your mom born on 9? No?
It's a good question.
6 or 9?
Oh, I think she's the 27th, but
You said 9.
Okay, yeah.
So you see.
That makes sense.
Nowadays, like that I've practiced and I studied and I restarted. Now I'm gonna be, I said, curating the group. Now I actually don't need to even ask you.
You just
what date. I
read.
pick it up. I pick it up. Yeah, it's interesting. It works like both ways, So if you're born on the 9, 18, and 27, yeah, spiritual guru. Whatever knowledge you obtain, you need to pass it down onto the people straight away. And it's like the knowledge is the light, and you shine your path to other people with your knowledge. So that is your positive trait. The negative traits of 9s, which I've been struggling a lot, because I wasn't born on a 9, but I have lots of 9s in my star, and it was crazy for me. It's actually going out there and telling to people, that's what I do now. I'm a spiritual teacher. That was the biggest. When I announced it, I closed Instagram for 2 days. I was so scared. So that is the thing for 9s, is you guys are too scared to talk about who you are and what you do and share it with the people. And trust me, there are so many people who would be interested in what are you doing. That is one thing. Second one is like sitting at home. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to sit at home. People do not deserve me. People are
Which is exactly what you're saying. If you're not telling people about your services, they're not worthy to hear about my services.
Or about yourself. Like, I'm studying this, or I like art or something. People are not psychics. They wouldn't know. And then, you know what I mean? If you don't do it, then you sit alone at home and you think people are shit. But people are just, people are gonna be people.
You have to find your people.
Yeah, you have to find your people. You have to be your own people as well. Yeah, you set the example for your people, basically. You be that person. That's it. And if you're all closed off, and of course, like, sitting alone at home thinking, outside world is a danger and stuff like that, then, that's gonna be your reality. So for 9s, it's called imposter syndrome. Remember, we spoke about all these master degrees and certificates. Guys, you already start today. Start passing down your knowledge today. Even if you didn't graduate university or your course, it's still, you're already gonna know like 50, 60, 70% more than people who don't know anything about it. Means automatically you are allowed and you must pass down the knowledge to the people who don't know, who has no clue. It's that simple as it works.
And in a lot of ways, you're also teaching from a more relatable space than the master
exactly
who actually was further or hasn't been a beginner in so long.
Exactly.
That empathy is right there.
True that. That's I think that's very important point as well. So yeah, for 9s, it's either the imposter syndrome, that is why they don't want to go into teaching other people, or it's intellectual pride. It's about like, I'm too advanced. My cases were both of them. One day that's what I said, how we go from minus to minus and never stop at the middle, One day I would think I'm too advanced. The world doesn't deserve me. The peasant's not gonna get my knowledge. Other day I'm like, no, how? Who's gonna need this shit? I still need to learn something more. So guys, do not fall into the traps of your number. Rather go for your golden middle. Just go out there, be open, and teach the people. Pass down the knowledge. Share who you are and what you are with others.
100%.
And that's been numbers from 1 to 9.
And speaking of number 6, I think it was number 6. You were talking about how naturally beautiful, probably like
it's a 6, yeah.
magnet, like kind of attract people a lot. I can even imagine them in like the modeling industry, which then kind of leads into the imposter syndrome, or like just like that comparison and not feeling good enough. But it's maybe realizing like to keep your own energy and like know who you are before you go into the competitive world.
Well, the life is never like a straightforward line, you know. Sometimes you take a, you know, was it off-road, or you take a wrong turn, but there is no wrong turn or right turns in life. Just take a turn, and it might take you a little bit longer to get to your point B, you know, but sooner or later, you're gonna get there. But definitely, I guess in the modeling, it's just, I don't think your soul will be healed from that lack of self-love and modeling. I think it's rather might create more, you know.
It even makes me think of just like, yeah, where we are, if for even like a numerology school. When you're at a numerology school, it's easy to compare yourself to other numerologists, and just realizing like in one area you may be, it's very important to be one of the one who knows the least in the room to absorb the most. But it's realizing how our environment shapes us and how we fill an environment. And maybe, how important are environments to you, whether it's a country, whether it's nature, oceans, and how have you found environments affecting you? And
where you stand on that thing.
Yeah.
Do you let environment to affect you? Or?
I think there's definitely, I think life's a long experiment, and it's noticing how different environments affect you. And I think one of the best ways to make a change is to change our environments.
Yeah.
You know, so
for yourself. I mean, for me, I don't really care about much what's going on out there.
Beyond that.
I beyond this, beyond this skin, I don't care what's going on. It's a jokes aside, it's for real. It's I used to hate Cape Town all my life, you know? But now I'm in Cape Town and I'm living my best time in my life. No jokes. Because it's so much have changed within me. Did have Cape Town change? I don't think so. No, I really don't think so. Except again, of course, every year it gets worse. But except that, it's actually still the same mountain, same ocean, streets with the same names, almost same restaurants and shops. But I see it completely differently, and I feel myself completely differently here. So is it environment or me? So that is why I'm a strong believer that it all starts here. It all starts here within you. Then the environment will follow, you know.
Or the environment might even trigger things for you or bring things up for you.
But again, if you grounded yourself within yourself, nothing can really trigger it, you know.
So, do you have any favorite numbers?
My numbers. 7, 9. So my star contains the number 7, 7, 9, 9, 7, 5. So those are my numbers, my lucky code, my life code, my purpose code, my everything. So 5, 7, 9, good numbers for me. I like them. I actually love numbers 13 and 15. I don't have them in my star. But when I have clients, because I said when I have my sessions, it's 2-digit numbers. I'm like 13 and 15, my favorite ones.
I see a 13.
But I have it here. Yeah, but these two found me many years before numerology found me. So I do have favorite numbers, but obviously my most favorite numbers are the ones I have.
That's beautiful. And has it always been that way? Have you? I mean, you can't want to change your charts, but
I think, because obviously I was born in a Russian Christian Orthodox family. So with that background, it's very like Christian numbers, the odd numbers, 3, 5, 7, 9. So they've been always like good numbers. So I didn't have to change anything. The way I was brainwashed back home, it kind of went along with my chart.
Maybe it was a part of your awakening in some way.
No, I went through all possible religions, so yeah, surely. Shall we look at your star?
Sure. And then I was also curious, what was it like growing up in Russia, and where else have you lived in your life?
Growing up in Russia was fun. I mean, my hometown, I was very lucky. Like all of my friends, they were all designers, singers, DJs, owners of the club. So for me, it was good, you know. When I started to move like to Moscow, I was like, no, that's not really my vibe. So then I moved to Kiev. Kiev was all right. I liked it. Then I moved to St. Petersburg, liked it a lot. But I'm a person of a challenge. Okay, what's next? What's next? I tried this once, I tried it twice. I'm like, I'm bored. What's next? So then what was next? The next was somewhere out of Russia. So I moved to Dubai and I used to live and work there as a chef for 6 years, traveling around the world at the same time. In 2019, I think I've been to like 9 countries and 14 cities. That was crazy year of traveling. Right before the COVID, I think I could
Good
feel.
timing.
I think
Good timing.
Yeah, I think I could feel, you know, travel your life away. So yeah, in South Africa, it's been now 7 years and it's great. I love it. I feel like it's almost the time for me for the next challenge, but yeah, the time will show.
Is there any places that you would love to go to? Is there like a list in your mind or any favorite places that come to mind?
Favorite places for sure, it's Hong Kong and Thailand.
Wow.
And the places I would like to go, well, I would like to go because I already have a plan on that place, is the Panama. Yeah. But my ultimate goal is to have my private island, and not even one, a few private islands where I could make my own, like a government, my own community, my own country within the country. But it's my dream goal, you know?
Actually reminds me a bit of Costa Rica, where there's quite a bit of like co-living kind of situations where it's like farms that people can come and live on for free, but then they help take care of the land and like self-supporting communities. You actually
don't need the money like in this life. Like, I know how to do this, I do that.
Either you create it or other people fit into the vision.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's the vision I have.
Yeah, Costa Rica has an interesting, like a lot of communities.
It's a border with Panama. So it's
wow, okay.
Cool. Right next to it.
Awesome. Okay, I think that's what's going on there.
Caribbean. I'm thinking about Caribbean definitely because it's nice. It's nice. So, as I said, my favorite numbers, you see 13 and 13. 13 is all about the constant transformation. The Felix who's gonna go to bed tonight cannot be the same Felix who's gonna wake up tomorrow. Constant transformation, constant growth, constant work on yourself, you know. 21 is in a very interesting position. It's called fatal mistake. So 21 is all about uniting the people, speaking foreign languages, traveling, exploring. And obviously the minus would be like being racist or sexist or something like that. So I don't think it's your case. But I always say would be really favorable for you if you would move abroad, you know. Move abroad, live abroad, travel a lot, you know, like with your sevens, maybe when you don't have to like live in a country, in a country, can be constantly like a nomad lifestyle, you know, constantly traveling, you know, that would open up for you lots of things. Because you see again with sevens constantly moving, you know, relocating, seeing the people 17 and 17, being a celebrity, being on the stage. And very interesting because it's in your ancestors' triangle. It's not what actually even you want for yourself.
Wow.
It's your bloodline wants you to be famous. They really want you to become famous. But again, who is the famous person? It's the person who transforms so many other people's lives and affect them, well, ideally, of course, in a good way. And that is how you become famous. And that's what they want from you. And also want you to make your bloodline famous, like not that you just became famous, you forgot where you're from and which family grew you up. It's like you will be talking about the family and stuff, making them famous as well. 18, so we spoke about 9. 18 is more even as like already like a healer number, you know. So what else is here? 10. Keep the things moving and spinning. Remember I told you letting go of control. Wheel of Fortune, trust in your luck, trust in the God, whoever you believe, you must literally close your eyes and just dive in. They're going to catch you and they're going to bring you in the next level up.
Beautiful.
Rings the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the ancestors reminds you of my grandfather, who was an incredible pianist. I think even an example of I feel like he never got the recognition he deserved, but I think he didn't desire it, and it's interesting how things pass on.
Pass it down. That's what I said. It's a karmic numerology. You can see which talents been passed down from your mom's side, from your father's side. This one, it's you were the past life and you didn't achieve it. So now you kind of came back to fix up what you didn't fix in the past life. It's very, very interesting. Yeah.
And is there some
book a session with me?
What should someone expect from a session with you? Or who usually gets
2 hours of me talking like this. It's 2 hours.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah. And the way I like to shape the session, like when somebody books with me, I only ask their name and their date of birth. I never ask what job you do, what you struggle in life, because I find that it's too easy, you know. No, then it's too easy. Then people already, about their pain. So now it's kind of easy. Like we all know those people, fake psychics, fake healers that just manipulate you based on the pain and struggle you have in your life or your worries, So that's what I do. I'm like, I surprise them, kind of. Only take the phone number. Yeah, phone number. I do take date of birth and name. That's it. Sometimes I even make a joke. I don't need your name. I just ask it as a polite manner. So, and then 2 hours, I say everything. Say everything. People just like,
wow.
And I'm like, after 2 hours, I'm like, do you have any questions? They're like, no questions. But they always say no questions. They're like, all what I have to do is actually start doing. Because again, I'm not telling them, wow, how good you are, how talented you are. I'm like, do. I kind of show them basically what kind of potential they have. And of course, we talk briefly, like with what they struggle, but again, not prior to the session, throughout the session. But again, don't get me wrong. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not making my money on you coming back to me every week. And I just do this money making machine. Every week you come to me and you tell me about your problems. I really don't want to hear about your problems. Seriously. I want you to go and live your best life and reach your full potential. That's all what I want. And in order to achieve that, I need to talk a lot and I need to motivate you properly so you can, after session, you just run and go run and do things and live your best life,
What kind of effects have you noticed with people? What kind of testimonies have you heard?
I have quite lots of testimonies. Like sometimes I will forget to post them on my Instagram and stuff. I have 2 girls now. They were one of the first clients who actually came from the Instagram, from me actually posting my story tells through the tears. Yeah, I never knew them. They just came like this cold out of the blue. And one already resigned from work, which obviously she didn't really like. And she trains a lot, so she's going into like that. I forgot the name, like a
personal training.
No, like like when you kind of inspire people and keep them up to date with their goals and stuff.
Accountability.
Yes. And I was laughing, and I was like, clearly, I'm not an accountable person because this word is not even in my vocabulary. So yes, accountability trainer. And that's what she always wanted to do when we had our session. She's like, yeah, I just want to motivate the people. I want to coach people. I want to be with people. And I'm like, well, start today. And I remember she listened to me from the day one, evening when she came back after our person-to-person session. She started to post something like a motivational, just like a one motivational thing. And she's at the back, in the background at the gym. And it's because it's her thing. It's not my thing, it's her thing. It worked for her. And that again, that little step basically led her like a snowball, to the bigger steps. The other girl, she was doing just a normal job, but a good job, a good job. What's called big girl's job, It's but at the office. And I'm looking at her numbers. I'm like, girl, have you ever dreamt about being a model or being an actor? She said, all my life. I said, because I just look at this and that's all what I see. And now we're talking about your career triangle, and it's all the numbers. Remember, we said about 6, but it's all about sixes and other numbers, which literally indicates you belong, not exactly to the stage in a way, of course, but like as a model, as an actress. Maybe like in a month, she sent me a message. She said, "You will not believe. I even never went like to any acting course, or I never applied to any model agency." She said, "Photographers just sending me messages. Like they invited me. And I see it myself. It's like one beautiful shoot, other beautiful shoot. Now it's not just even pictures. Now it's like the videos, very like arty, like cinematography type of vibe." And a week ago, she sent me a message. It's mind blowing. And she was like, "It's all because of numerology."
Wow.
She said, "I signed up a contract with a good model agency." So the way it works, it's actually, it's almost like a miracle. Well, when people get, around me into my energy field, it's, remember the sevens I told you, the wheels are spinning. So the wheels already started to spin in a big way. Now, what I realized with me, it's like, know thyself, like how they say in Bible. The moment you see your star and you know your star, and always give reports to my clients, it's like 45 pages, a book of you.
Wow.
Yeah. It's always stay with you. So if you forget, you just always can come back, So then it's like when you see and you learn everything about yourself, and deep inside we all know how great and amazing and big we are. But again, it's environment and people's opinion and stuff like that. It suppresses us, and we lose ourselves in all of this environments, But when you see and you have a session with me, it's like, I always knew that. I always felt it that way. Yes, this is me. And it's like it unlocks and empowers you. I never knew it's gonna be working that way, but now that I've been as I started to study, I started to practice straight away. First it was on my friends, and then as I went on Instagram, the people started to come to me. So it's been always of like 3 months having clients, So I already have my own statistics. It works literally like a miracle. You learn about yourself, everything is just unlocks automatically. And now on top of that, if you start doing your art of small steps, you're unstoppable,
100%. Beautiful. Yeah, it's incredible how knowledgeable you are and how you can remember so much.
Knowledge is the biggest weapon.
What would be your advice for someone? Well, what has been your journey with knowledge, and just like how important is curiosity to you and learning?
It's just a part of me. I don't think it's any day passes for me without like checking out something, And I'm not talking about the YouTube videos. Nothing against the YouTube, but it's just not my thing. I'm constantly studying. For example, now I enrolled a 3-year program. It's like a magic school, but
Cool.
there is no magic. It's all about actually meditating and connecting with like astral world and entities who live there in other dimensions, connecting with them through meditation and just doing things, So that's now a 3-year program for me. So it's a constant study. So I'm studying Spanish as well now. I just, as I said, the day cannot pass for me without studying something or learning something. And again, it's actually the most, my Russian guru, he taught me, you can learn anything from anybody. Keep your ego aside. Even if like a homeless person comes to you and tells you something, he's like don't look at who passing the knowledge to you. Look at what knowledge they're passing to you. Not also take everything as a golden coin. Segregate the knowledge. Take what resonates with you. But when I started to apply that, it's mind blowing. Even like, you can be drunk at the parties, people can be drunk at the parties, but sometimes they just like they talk. And if you like, again, as I said, segregate the information, it's actually mind blowing. Like, again, I believe in universe, everything is like, it's like a piece of material. Everything is connected with each other. So no one gonna arrive into your life for nothing. They have a purpose. So just be open,
100%.
Give them a chance.
Speaking of, I once met a homeless guy who actually gave me a book on shadow work.
Oh, wow, I see.
And that was something that I was like curious about at the time.
It was an angel for you, literally,
Super cool. And Is there even something with like who your partner should be based on numerology and who you get along with?
Of course, of course. In numerology, as I said, in our star, we have one triangle is a relationship triangle, but it shows who you are as a partner and what kind of partner you need and what kind of downfalls you can have. Or there is a compatibility in numerology, which I take your date of birth, your star, and the star of your partner, summarize them together like that. Then the first number is going to show me the reason why you guys met. The second one will be the reason for possible conflicts and fights. Third one going to be business compatibility. Fourth one going to be actually like relationship compatibility. And the last one going to be like something indicating about kids, you know?
Wow.
So numerology is favoring for business partnership. For example, you want to go into the business with someone, or you're already in the business with someone and you feel you're in danger or something, or your business in danger. Business numerology. You check the business numerology on the first three numbers, compatibility, and you see it straight away. Whether it's good, what might happen, what not might happen. For example, that owner of Apple, don't remember his name, Steve Jobs. Him and his business partner, they had 8 everywhere. Remember 8 karma number? But in business, it's literally the worst number to have in compatibility. Someone gonna sound over sooner or later, and that's what happened. Steve Jobs took over like all of those achievements of his business partner, and he just told him goodbye. So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And again, it's like I consider myself still as a fairly new person to numerology. As I said, honestly, it was 4.5 months down the line for me, but it's every day just gets, it's like a vortex. The life gets better. Now I told you now I'm gonna be a mentor. Next year I'm definitely planning to open my own school, which is definitely numerology gonna be there. Now, as I said, this practices meditation, going into astral world, definitely I'm going to include that and some maybe other knowledges of mine. So it's a constant growth, you know. Yeah.
How would you prepare for a session? Is there like obviously the better you are, the better your numerology is?
I heard once that what's it, the most famous business coach, the big guy with the low voice. Yeah. Steve? Yeah, something. Steve, yeah. Him.
Yeah.
I heard that he does like sit-ups and push-ups and something, and ice bath. So, well, I don't have an ice bath, so right before the session, I should just do 10. What's it? Not the sit-ups. Sit-ups, push-ups. No, not this one.
Trampoline.
Just this.
Squats.
Squats.
There we go.
I'm so bad at sports. I even don't know the names. Yeah, I do 10 squats, and let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go into the session.
But I suppose it is a journey of like finding what works for you to prepare for a session. How important is that? And how important do you see like your environment or even the way that you decorate your body and how you even dress and how you look? Is this something that you're mindful of?
Mindful of when I go into the clients or outside?
Either in general, yeah.
In general. No, I think I'm well protected from the hazards in the outside world with my tattoos and just with my demeanor and persona, I guess, you know. I don't care. Sometimes, like today, I'm dressed like very girly, I think, with the curls and stuff, and then the other day, I will be wearing my most favorite brand Cultish here from Cape Town, everything oversized and the cap on top, and I'll be fine. You know, it depends. You know, flexible, yeah.
Is there anything that you can say about your tattoos and what they mean to you?
Most of them for the last few years I've been doing like accordingly to my spiritual beliefs and what I would like to achieve, you know, what I would like to achieve or who I would like to become. So to other people they might not say much, but for me it's actually
deep manifestation.
Yes. And also it's like I try to place them like in terms of like triangles and stuff. But I don't put too much into that. I have some funny little ones like techno rave. That's it, you know. I love techno and I love raves. So, you know. The other ones are more serious, more deep, you know. But then I guess it's more intimate as well.
It's a personal journey.
Exactly. I'm getting hungry now.
Cool.
So to wrap up.
There's even a tattoo that says,
Can we eat first, guys?
Maybe we should have eaten first. Maybe a good last question would be, is there any particular auspicious moments in your life, perhaps number related, or just key moments that come to mind?
Just my whole entire life. Barely remember what was yesterday.
Suppose every moment is an auspicious moment.
For me, for real.
If you live in alignment.
No, for me, for real. I try to take the life as it goes. I don't really remember what happened a day, a month, a week ago. I don't dwell in the past. Not that I don't dwell. It's a good laugh about something what happened in the past. I guess it's important time to time, but I also don't really plan too much into the future.
And there's something very
I'm
important about
these very
that.
moments till it lasts off. That's what I'm way too busy with,
That's good. Also, I was just curious, so you kind of can tell people their kind of chart, and I suppose people can maybe resist that and probably be met with resistance in their life.
I heard it's kind of common, well, from other numerologists, but I haven't met those people.
Okay, that's good. You attract people who are taking what you're saying and
I guess who are really ready for that,
100%.
Maybe desperate in a way, just to sort out the life, because as I said, we all get stuck time to time in our lives, and then like the way I was stuck, and I was like, how am I gonna get out from here? And that is the one and only thing which got me out, just like this.
One thing leads to the next,
and then it's just a chain reaction.
Any closing thoughts from you?
Closing thoughts, guys. All you need in your life is me, but for 2 hours, only for 2 hours. Jokes aside, thank you so much for sticking with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something, about yourself, because that is what most important. Learn thyself.
We are all just mirrors for each other. Thank you.